guys, back to chess in the meantime. Here we go. We are going to keep rolling. Big shout out to everybody who is watching on Twitch, obviously. No. No. So outro plays bye. Exactly. But jokes aside, of course, very big win. My general take is this. Magnus disrespected Anish. He did not think Anish would be super prepared for the Queen's Indian. And I think when Anish came out blitzing out this pawn sacrifice line, Magnus was confused. He was not expecting it. That tilted him a little bit. He tried to bluff a little bit with this line, and it just did not work out. So a big shout out to Anish Giri once again. A huge victory for him. Second time that he has beaten Magnus Carlsen, and it's a crushing victory. So very impressive. Let's not forget that Anish also should have won in round 1 against Fabiano Caruana. In that game, it wasn't quite winning enough, so he found a way to snatch a draw from the jaws of victory. But nonetheless, he's won 2 games in a row. He has not 2 in a row, but he's won 2 games out of the first 4, and he is just on fire. So very good stuff from Anish. All right, you guys, let's put the music back on. Let's keep rolling with our live coverage, and we'll go from there. So all right, what do we have in live games in the meantime? We have Ding is still worse, but he's surviving here. So Ding looks to be surviving. We also have let me change the scene, of course. Ding appears to be surviving. The other game we have is, of course, Noterbeck versus Parham. This looks Parham is apparently losing. Did he play it? No, I told you guys, like, I mean, Queen B2 is the winning move here, but it's, I mean, creating right triangles in chess, unless you're memeing and you're a streamer, it's just not something you do. So he played Queen F8, which is the move I expected. Got Rook E7, Queen F6, Rook H7, Rook F4, King C7. If Black tries to eat the juicer because of the pin, there's King G1. If you check, I block, no check on D4, so you lose the tower. And if you play Rook to D3, or like if you move the Rook, there's Rook D4, classic right triangle, winning materials, of course. And if you go Rook D3 to break up the pin, then after Queen G7, King C6, Queen takes G6, you will lose the Queen this way. Or if you go back, you will get laddered up the board. And then I have Rook F8 again. So what do we get? We got King C7, Rook D4, Rook F7, Queen H8, Queen B5, which is also apparently a bad move because now White can play A4, which is apparently winning. Again, not an obvious move because as a chess player, the other thing we learned besides pin to win is you check. The other common phrase is check. If you check, it might be checkmate. Those are the 2 beginner phrases. Check because it might be checkmate, and pin to win. Those are the 2 phrases for beginners that you should know. So we get Queen B5 here. So A4 should be good for White. Maybe Queen D8 will be played. I don't know. Maybe Queen A8 is another. I guess Queen A8 allows Rook F1 and Queen E5, so that'd be bad. But there are probably some possibilities. Yeah, you check because it might be checkmate. So why don't GMs ever say check in OTB? Because you're supposed to be silent. At this classic level, when kids play, sometimes kids will play a move and say check very loudly. Actually, I'll give you a story. So let me just somehow set this up. I'll set this up on the board. Oh, come on, stop it. Stop at chess.com. Fix your site, dudes. Seriously, geez. Let me just set up a position here. So I'm just going to set up a position. Just ignore the moves, you guys. Or wait. Just ignore the moves. I'm just going to set up a position. How do I do this? I'm just going to set up a position. So this was played in a game. I think my stepfather had a position something like this. Okay, so he had a position like this in a blitz game. He was playing the Marshall Chess Club. It was a game 30, and both players are very low on time. They were not using a digital clock because, of course, at the time that we had analog clocks. So they're using a digital clock, and he was playing against another guy who I think was like 2300. And the guy played the move like Queen F3, and he very loudly, he's like check very loudly. And my stepfather panicked. He freaked out, and he moved the king to H4 rather than taking the queen. So these sorts of things do happen. But it's considered a little bit of bush league. Like he very loudly, he's like check very loudly, and my stepfather freaked out and played like King H4 instead of taking the queen. Of course, both players had seconds on the clock. They didn't know exactly what was going on because they were using an analog clock. But these sorts of things do happen. So I don't remember who it was against, but he told me the story where like the guy just very loudly yelled check. Another thing that can happen sometimes is like you get some winning position. Now this is just a queen versus queen, so ignore it. But imagine they're like black is like 2 pawns, like H5, F4, G5 or 3 pawns, black is pawns, and like a guy goes queen C8, he's like check very loudly, and you just auto touch the queen because you hear check, and then just like that you lose your queen on C2. So those are a couple of things that happen in over the board chess when you're playing. Like someone might try and do that, but it's considered a little bit of bush league, and top players won't do that. But It does happen in like more like the quicker games that are played at some of the chess clubs between like master and international master players. So yeah, that's what it is. Like check, and then you touch the king. You're like, he said check, you touch the king, you're like, oh wait, but my queen's hanging. So it does happen from time to time, but generally you don't do it at the top levels. You don't it's like clapping during a free throw, I guess you could say that. Yeah, I mean that is Levy's level, but they don't do. I feel like nowadays people are much more proper when they play. So Levy, for example, probably has never had that happen, but like if you go back like 10 15 20 years ago, these sorts of tricks would occur all the time, without a doubt. So anyway, Bush League, yeah, it's just one of those things. You can see Levy doing it. Yeah, no, my stepfather is like a FIDE master, so he's played a lot of tournaments over the years. And in the old days when you played with analog clocks, you did not know how much time you have. So if your flag is hanging, you guys, you don't know if you have like a minute on the clock or you have like 5 seconds. So like if someone plays a move really fast, they yell check, like your instinct just takes over because you don't know the exact time you have. Now, of course, we use digital clocks all the time, so you know precisely how much time you have. But if you don't know how much time you have and your flag is hanging, that's like, it can happen. It definitely can happen. So at any rate, that's just one of those old-fashioned tricks that we're all aware of. So a4 was played, good move, played by Noterbeck. I guess queen c5 is apparent. Queen c5 and queen c6 are the only two moves that kind of hold here, but we'll see if it survives. Yeah, so I'll give you guys an example. Okay, like this, I know everybody here is young, so they don't chess. Let me find it. Chess clock analog. Let me find flag hanging images. Yeah, okay, here's an image. Where was that last image? I just had it. Okay, so I'll show you guys this image. Open link, a new tab. Here we go. Yeah, so this is from a chess.com article. Okay, so you guys see this image, right? You see this image here. You see this flag. Now here, for example, this clock, you can tell that you have about a minute on the clock. Now imagine, however, this red hand is even closer and the flag is literally hanging. You don't know how much time you have here. You could have 5 seconds, you could have 30 seconds. You don't know how much time you have here with this red flag. So in the old days when you were playing with these clocks, you never actually knew how much time you had when you were below 60 seconds, which I know nowadays you're like, how can you play chess not knowing the exact time you have? But in the old days, this is how it used to go. So also, the other thing is you could also hit the button really, really hard and try to get the flag to fall as well. Like this did used to happen. So this is where the phrase flagging comes from, because in the old days when we had the analog clocks, there was this little flag here that would fall. So that's how it goes. But here, for example, you can see the little 60 right above the flag, so you can tell you have more than a minute. But once it gets inside that last 60, you don't know how much time you have. You just don't know. So in the old days, we basically play without knowing. And I played many games when I was very young with analog chess clocks, and you did not know how much time you had. So at any rate, let's get back to the chess. But that is where the term flagging comes from. That's where flagging comes from. Absolutely. Because you're like, why do you call it flagging? But that's why, because in the old days with the analog clocks, you had the flag, and once it went to 0, oops, there goes the flag. So why not take on a4? I assume if you take on a4 that you get triangulate. There's a pyramid. Yeah, here's the pyramid of Giza, collects the rook on f7. You go here, there's this one, the skewer to collect the queen. There's also queen to d5 again, collecting the rook. So you run into like multiple skewers, and everything else bad will happen. So you also wind up the clock. Exactly, yeah. I will play Blitz later. I'll probably do Disrespect Speedrun as well, but we will cover the last 2 games of Tata Steel for now. Very important. Yeah, so like that's the thing, is like everybody who watches like modern chess are like, okay, what does this flagging mean? It doesn't mean anything. But yeah, that's what it means. Is because you used to play on analog clocks, and there was a little flag, and if your flag fell, you lose the game. It's just that simple. That's all there is to it. So pretty wild. Yeah, like it's like, this is a better image. This is a better, let me open the image. Open image and new tab. This is actually a better image, so you guys can see it. Like, you look at this clock, you see, like, you don't know, like, if you look at this clock, I'll change the scene as well. Let's change the scene. Like, I'll just do it here. Like, if you look at this clock, I'll just make this bigger here. I'll readjust it later. But like, if you look at this clock, you guys, if you look at this clock, You have no idea. Do you have 10 seconds? Do you have 5 seconds? Do you have 30 seconds? Like, you have no idea how much time you have. So like when you're playing a game with this clock, if somebody is like yeah, let's check, you're like, you freak out because like if you have 30 seconds, you can just chill and obviously relax, take a couple seconds to like reset your mind. But right here, you cannot tell. Do you have 5 seconds? Do you have 20 seconds? Do you have like 50 seconds? You don't know here. You just don't know. How is this the best choice back then? Because you guys, contrary to what people think, we didn't always have technology. We didn't always have these digital instruments. You know, if you go back 2,000 years, you would use an abacus to do math. In fact, where is my abacus? I don't have my abacus in my room here. But you know, back in the old days, it's just like, how do people do math with like abacus instead of like having calculators? Like, duh, because we didn't have technology 3,000 years ago, so we had to actually use the abacus instead of using a calculator. Oh, right. That's also, you could also use sand back then, right? You could use sand. What is an abacus? Good Lord, you people are too young. I think I'm gonna quit streaming soon. You guys are ridiculous. Seriously. How does nobody know what an abacus is? Okay, let's go back. Okay. Did I have a pet dinosaur too? Exactly. Okay, so we got Queen C5, Rook D1 played here. You guys, I mean, you guys are trolling, but fine. Just to appease chat. I mean, you guys are trolling, seriously. Like, yeah, here's one. Okay, here you guys go. Here's a new one, okay? Yeah, I mean, seriously, you guys are ridiculous. Here's a new one. Let me adjust it back down. I mean, seriously. I assume most of chat doesn't even know how to use an abacus, right? Like, I assume most of chat doesn't even know how to use one, right? Yeah, so this is an abacus, you guys, okay? This is an abacus, okay? I use a T1 calculator, okay. Okay, whatever, dude. Whatever, dude. Cool story, bro. Cool story. Let's get back to the chess. Okay, so we get Rook D1. Thank you so much to Al Wizzle for the 18, Giga Zoku for the 3, Miggy for the 19, NSA Magic for the 22. Thank you, Daimyo Mega for the Prime, Little Crown Troll for the Prime, Kaweti with the Prime, Dr. Ox with the Prime, Sidekick with the Prime, Flunky 8068 with the Prime. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's an abacus. I know. Abacus. Okay, you guys, whatever. I'm American. I'll pronounce words however the heck I want to pronounce them. Okay. The one that I had was not 10 rows. The abacus that I had was I believe 4 rows. I think it was like 4 rows. It was 4 rows. It was 4 rows. It was not 10. The one that I had growing up was like, it was like 4 on the bottom, 1 on the top. I think it's like you have like the you've got like 1 2 3 4 5. You have like 8 rows of like 6-ish beads, and you have a top row of like 1 bead, which is like which is like 7 rows, I guess. So yeah. So all right. It was a gift from Aristotle. Yes, thank you, guys. Okay. So let's focus on chess. Let's focus on chess. Is this calculus? What is this? Wait, what the heck? I don't know what this is. What is this? Wait, I'm sorry. What is this? This looks like a shoe measurer. What the heck is this? Someone in chat want to tell me what this is? Isn't this what you use to measure your shoes or something? I'm too young. This is a slide ruler? I've never seen one of these before, actually. This is a slide rule? Okay. Okay. I've never seen one of these. No, I have not, actually. I haven't seen this. Okay, let's get back to the chess, though, before we go, like, too far down the rabbit hole of, like, randomness. Because we're definitely going down the, like, the rabbit hole. Thanks to Judy Eat for the Prime. Someone said Ding blundered. What did Ding blunder? What did he do? Knight F8 was a blunder? Ah, so Rook G... But he's already messed this up, right? Wasn't this, like, close to... I thought somewhere around here this was close to a draw. Or the eval bar is low. So king f6, rook c7, knight to d5 with rook b4. I mean, this is bad, but is this actually lost? Let's see. Yeah, knight f8 was inaccurate. This is actually a bad sign for Ding. I will say that. Bad sign for Ding because he is going to be in bad positions against Jan Nepomniachtchi, and he will have to be precise. And he's not being precise. He's actually gotten, I would say, outplayed pretty soundly from this late middle game by Praggnanandha. So actually, I'm pretty impressed by Pragg. He's playing well in this tournament. Like I was saying before, Pragg has been a little bit off. I feel like he has kind of stalled out. So it's great to see him playing very well, and it feels like he's improving at least. So anyway, all right, so we will cover this for a little bit longer, and then we will obviously move back to our speed run and everything else that we're doing. I will also order some food while I'm at it, because I need to order some food. I need to get something. I didn't actually win. I only got $100, so I don't know if I can afford sushi today, because I only got $100 for finishing 4th place. So sushi is expensive. I don't know if I can afford it, but frigid. I'll order it anyway. Why not? Kebabs are always cheap, right? Okay, I'm gonna order some sushi. Give me a second. Yeah, I only got $100, you guys. Only $100. Very sad. I don't want to eat a burrito today. I'll get some sushi. 2 pieces of tuna. Let me figure out what else I'm gonna get. No sushi for the mods. Well, you guys, okay, so one thing I'm gonna say is big shout out to all the mods. I gave them $500 gift cards for Christmas, Amazon gift cards. So all the mods can afford some sushi. Big shout out to the mods for the great work they do. I know there's been some stories about some random stuff going on, but I can assure you that all of my mods are different people, and big shout out to them for the great work they do on my channel. So thank you so much to Captain Baguette for the 13 months. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. So yes. Also, a big shout out to Creamsicle as well. I know there was some stuff happened over the past weekend, and suffice to say that I've met Creamsicle many times in person, and all those people on a certain website. It's nice to believe in tinfoil, conspiracy theories, but that's simply not the reality. Okay. So let's see what's happening. So we have king f5 here. Rook takes c7, knight d5 should be good for black. Yeah. Malding, yeah, exactly, malding. I mean, it's great to believe in conspiracy theories, but unfortunately they simply aren't true, as I know, because I've literally met Creamsicle in person at multiple different events that I've been at. So yeah, let's be honest. Okay. Heck, I even saw Creamsicle this weekend when I was in New Orleans. So there, I said it. Thanks so much, Texas Mudbug for the 13, Vanez for the Prime. Appreciate it. So yeah, I'm very sorry for those people on a certain site who want to believe in conspiracy theory, but I can literally factually prove that Creamsicle is not who they think he is. So all right. Anyway, back to the chess. Back to the chess. We're waiting on a move here from Pragg. Probably should play king e4, king g5 maybe this move, maybe king e5 loses. So it's either king e4 or king g5. Both moves are playable. We'll see which one he plays. Yeah. Yep. Snap back to reality. Oops, there goes gravity. I mean, I can literally prove it, you guys. So I really don't want to hear it. I mean, unless you're going to imply that all my mods are like literally have different bank accounts in different states and different countries. I mean, nobody has that ability. I mean, nobody has that ability. Let's be blunt. I mean, I know that when I've gone to like if I try to go to a bank in a foreign country, trying to even open a bank account, like even having a passport is not enough. Usually do like hard background checks. So unless people can always believe this nonsense if they want to, but the reality is quite different. That's simply the truth. So I will leave it at that. So all right. Anyway, let's see. What do we have here? We have rook f7 being played. So king e4, king g5 are the two moves that are playable. He goes king e4, which is a move. Yeah. So yeah. I mean, use your brain, people. Use your brains. Thank you so much to Surf MFW. Now back to the other stuff. I am going to order some sushi. I won $100, so I might as well spend it all, right? Just show some good old-fashioned bad habits. Spend my $100 on sushi. What should I get? Let's just get 4 pieces of salmon, 4 pieces of eel, tuna. What about my editors? Yeah, I think I gave I gave a gift card also to my editors. Yes. You'll $100 in Tesla calls. I was looking at Tesla calls I think late last week. I was looking at the 150, I think I was looking at the 155 175 call spread. Or no, sorry, I was looking at 10. So I think I was looking at the 165 175 for January, or I think January 2024, or was it June of 23? And it was like 3 to 1 ish. It was about $2.50 for a $10 spread. So it's 3 to 1 odds. Again, it's still like very far away. I mean, if you believe in Tesla, I mean, it's possible. I don't really believe in Tesla. I think it went down too far, but I don't think Tesla is ever going back to like 200 or higher. I just don't think it is. So I actually didn't do it. All right. So let's see. So King E4 was played. Noterbeck, we have Queen B8. I think Parham is going to lose this game. By the way, very quietly, Noterbeck is going to be tied for the lead if he wins this game with Anish. So we'll see. Can I explain why Shakra or Mamadiyaro is not in the tournament? Shaq is not in the tournament because I assume he either wasn't invited or he didn't want to go and play 13 rounds. How's Sushi $100? It probably isn't, but if I add a roll or two, I could get it up there. It's probably about $40 or so for 10 pieces of sushi. Maybe I'll get some something hot too would be good. Maybe some miso ramen. That sounds good. Add a small beef miso ramen. That'll be good. Okay, so what do we have here? No, I said $40 for 10 individual pieces. So it's like $350 for a piece of it's $350 for like a piece of like $350 for an individual piece of like eel. So okay. All right, what do we have? Okay, that's 1. There we go. Check out. Okay. All right, so Parham won time. As I was saying, it looks like Noterbeck is very quietly having a great event, and he is going to get he's going to be tied for the lead. So really, really good stuff. Okay, there we go. Place your order. There we go. All right, order placed. No, I'm getting like individual pieces of like nigiri. So basically like 2 pieces of eel. Eel's expensive. 2 pieces of like tuna. Some salmon, of course. So it's all good. Okay. All right. So in the meantime, as we get back to the chess, what do we have here? It looks like again, like I said, Noterbeck is very quietly having a great tournament. He's going to be leading. I'm just like very Japanese, you guys. I gotta be honest. Like in Japan, you don't have these fancy rolls, all this fancy schmancy. You get your piece of fish on top of rice. Of course, there's wasabi on the rice, and you just eat the piece of fish. It's none of this fancy schmancy nonsense. So I just tend to keep it more traditional. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I'll like a nice dragon roll. I'll like a California roll, of course. But like, you know, if I go to a nice like revolving sushi place, it's a piece of fish on top of rice. That's what you do. Philadelphia roll isn't Japanese, dude. That has cream cheese in it. Let's be serious. Okay, come on. I actually, by the way, not to insult anybody, but I will be honest. The worst sushi that I've had was in the country of Georgia during the Chess Olympiad in 2018. It was in, I believe, Batumi. Was it Batumi or Tbilisi? I think it was Batumi. And my gosh, every single piece of sushi that I got ordered had cream cheese in it. Every single piece of sushi had cream cheese in it. And it was too much. Georgia, the country, not Georgia, the state. I love Georgia. Georgia, the state is amazing. Atlanta's a very hopping place. No, I'm talking about Georgia, the country. They put cream cheese in everything I got. Even stuff that didn't say it had cream cheese, had cream cheese. So that's that. Okay, this must be winning. King D6, Rook B6, King E5 without looking at the engine. Where's the win? Here, there's also, actually here. Oh, but you can still survive because you can cut off. So, okay, so check, King E5, check. King E4 check, King D5 mate, King F5 check and mate, This is just mate, right? This must be mate. Yeah, check here. But this is actually just simple. Here, queen check. So we know king e4 loses because check here is mate. Here takes is mate. And here, check. And if block, you get mated again. And if you go king g3, check. This has to be mate. So, okay. What? He took? What? Rook b6 was mate, wasn't it? Didn't we just calculate this to mate? Okay, come on, chess.com. Fix your site, dudes. Seriously. But he took instead. I mean, I guess this is still winning, but where's the forced win? He's just going to eat the juicer, and the king is completely naked. You have rook b7, you have rook f1. This is actually just easy. This is just over. This is just over anyway. This is the can, right? Yeah, this is a can, right? This is classic Offenbach. Classic song. So, okay. I remember the first time I ever heard this song was when I was very young. I don't remember. This is gonna sound sorry, not to date myself or make myself sound really old, you guys, but when I was young, there were two things that my parents did for me. It was very nice, but there's this thing where basically you get like a booklet with you get a booklet with like a CD, and it's like a bunch of like classical songs, and you get like once a month or something like that. So when I was young, I actually would get these. I would get like it was very small. It was very small. I still have it in New York, and it's like maybe like 20 pages or something, and there's a CD at the very back, and it's like about various classical songs. That was one thing. The other thing is someone in chat knows when I was very young, I really liked airplanes, specifically military airplanes, because I'm American. Obviously we love everything military related, and I had like this binder, and it was like a 2-page thing on various aircraft. So it's like every month again I would get like a couple of like these like 2-page pamphlets, and I would like put it in the binder. So those were the two things when I was young that I really liked. Yeah. I don't know. Of course they don't do anything like that, because you can just go like online and not waste paper, but still, yeah. So those are the two things I did when I was young. It didn't come with an encyclopedia. No, it's like you have a binder, and then it's like a 2-page pamphlet of various like aircraft. So you fill up the binder with all these pages. Yeah. Like, the stealth fighter and everything of that nature. Or the B-52. Thank you to Oligraph for the Prime, Big Burlizzle for the 5, Cake Miss GG. Thank you so much. So yeah. Anyway, all right, back to the game. So white is apparently doing very, very well. Pretty good stuff. In the meantime, while we wait for the games to end, we do have one article that we're going to cover briefly. So let me stop the music. We have a big article we're going to cover. So let me change the scene, and I will adjust this. Of course, we have our article that we will cover, because of course players have plenty of time to think. So here we go. Here is our big article of the day. So let's make this big, and off we go. This is our article of the day. Bullet Brawl, new titled Bullet Arena, last Saturday of every month at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Big shout out to chess.com. There was a site, an unnamed site, that had a very prominent event once a month, and finally chess.com is here to take away their lunch. Introducing Bullet Brawls and new arena options. As a fan or as a player of top-level chess, whether you need a weekend chess fix or are looking for pure bullet competition, chess.com has the event for you. Can't agree more. We're bringing another regularly scheduled tournament for title players to chess.com on the last Saturday of every month. Bullet Brawls are coming this Saturday, January 28th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Pacific with a $2,500 prize fund. The format is a 2-hour arena with a 1+0 time control. Much like Title Tuesday for Blitz and Arena Kings for streaming, Bullet Brawls will give title players access to a regularly scheduled bullet tournament. The prize fund, which includes a cool grand for first place, should look familiar to those who play or follow Title Tuesday. Wow. Okay, this looks great, by the way. So as we know, Title Tuesday is the premier event. In my opinion, it is the best event online. Everybody plays it. The world champion plays it. The most famous streamer plays it. The most famous YouTuber plays it. You have a lot of people who are playing in it, so it's a big event. Along with this new event, we are also bringing some score-based arena formats to chess.com, which will be readily available for all players alongside our standard arena tournaments. In our standard arenas, players are matched based on their rating. In the score-based format, as the name implies, players are matched based on their score in the arena to that point. Score-based pairing means pure competition, as players can help themselves not only by continuing to win games, but also by directly preventing their rivals from doing the same. We will continue to offer rating-based arenas as well if you prefer to see how many points you can pile up against players of a similar rating. Bullet Brawls will be using the same Bullet Brawls will be using the score-based arena format. We hope to see our titled bullet specialists, such as the most famous streamer in the world, and other titled players competing on January 28th. So the prizes are $1,000 first prize, $750 second prize, $350 third prize, $200 fourth prize, fifth prize, $100. Top woman gets $100 too. Very, very nice. That is fantastic. So that is coming up, I guess, January 28th. I assume I'll be playing in it because, of course, I can't not be playing in it. So really, really good to see chess.com stepping up once again and competing with a certain other site. And the one event that they had that I think chess.com definitely did not have. So really, really good stuff to see. And big shout out to chess.com. However, that being said, I hope they do fix their site because the site is kind of causing a lot of problems. At any rate, let's get back to the chess. Let's pull up the game. Here we go. Let's change the scene. I am really, really hyped about that. So those of you who are wondering, at least one day a month, I will, of course, be streaming on the weekend. So there we go. Really, really good stuff. Really good stuff. It's not another browser because Amon had the same issue happen. What I was told is that apparently it's something to do with stonkfish, and it makes it a little bit unstable, something like that. So that's what I was told. I assume it's due to that, the overusage of the site. As we know, chess.com is popping off, our stream is popping off, and chess is just booming, even though we're in a bad time economically. We get queen d5 player by Parham. He's trying to set up the classic right triangle trick with rook takes h3. Noterbeck spots it, plays queen g4 to guard the pawn, and sooner or later he will win. Thanks so much to Nevin01 for the prime, Young Lachey for the 3 months. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. So I will take a short break, go use the restroom, and when I come back, we'll cover the end of this round. We'll cover the Ding game because Noterbeck's pretty much winning. We'll cover the end of this game between Prague and Ding. We'll do some disrespect, play some Blitz, just chill and have a great time. Great job, Hikaru. Great streaming. We'll do more subbing later. Thank you so much to Santos Sood. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. So I'll be back in a second.
Smelly Donkey Face just took $5 out of Bezos's pocket, thanks. Rip the Flying Pig just resubbed for 6 months.
All right, you guys, we are back, of course. So who won early title Tuesday? Early title Tuesday was won by who did win? I think Doobie won, right? He's won a few lately. So yeah, I think there's a Marsh Schill for the 28 months. The market will crash. You know, I will say, you guys, you know, obviously being a streamer, you know, dealing with sponsors and things of this nature, you know, it's a very strange period because what I would say is if you look at the stock market right now, the market is actually recovering. I mean, we're off to a very good start to the year. So the market is recovering. On the other hand, the sponsorships and the advertisers are not really spending the same way. So I don't know if that's because they're like projecting 3 to 6 months and bad things are going to happen. Because there's sort of a little bit of a disconnect. Like, obviously, the market is doing well. Real estate is not doing well, as we know. Real estate is struggling. I know that directly. They're like certain places, you're down like a good 5 to 10%. So it's kind of hard to judge because the stock market is doing well, real estate's not good, like advertisers and companies are not, they don't have the same budgets they had even if you go back like a year. So I don't know exactly. No, I'm not talking, be clear you guys, I'm not talking ad revenue like on YouTube. What I'm talking about is like sponsors and their budgets for spending on various different things. So it's a little bit hard to judge. Sounds like you're commentating on the stock market. I commentate on everything, you guys. I love the stock market, I love real estate, I love talking about many topics. So what I'm saying is there's a disconnect. The stock market is basically saying everything is relatively okay. However, like, you know, you look at companies, you look at real estate, they're basically saying the opposite thing. So I'm not really sure what the realities are. That's my general analysis. So yeah, it's not a leading indicator, but the market generally does predict things further out, I believe. Market is not down today, is it? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. All I can say is all my dividend stocks are up and I just keep collecting my 10%. So, and I'm doing, yeah, I just collect my 10% and it doesn't have to be with an investment with Madoff. So it's all good. Okay. Rook D5 played here by Prague. Maybe Rook C5 next move. We'll see what happens.
Can you recommend your favorite chess book? Thanks.
I think it's pure competence for the prime. I don't have a specific favorite book. No, I don't. VIX index is not high though, is it? I think the VIX is very low. Actually, I saw the VIX. Isn't the VIX like ridiculously low again? Yeah, I mean the VIX is back. This is what the VIX is back to 19, you guys. The VIX is 19. The VIX like even like a couple months back, it was like mid 20s and it was like mid to high 20s, and now it's just back to like the close to the historical average. So hard to judge. I did order sushi, by the way, you guys. So we'll come a little bit later.
Marshall 88 just subscribed. The market will crash.
Yes, thank you so much, Marshall. Again, appreciate it. But at any rate, we keep going, and we'll see what happens. Do I think Ding will hold this? Hard to judge. Hard to judge. Hard to judge. Microsoft is a big buy with ChatGPT. Are they buying it? Or is that the word on the street? They're buying ChatGPT? So I mean, they also the deal with ATVI with Activision, which very unclear if that's going to go through. Very, very unclear. Okay. Would I win this against Prague? It's hard to judge because Ding's king is active. The knight is a little bit jumpy here. I still think with perfect play, this probably is winning, but I still have a feeling this is going to be a draw. I have a feeling this will be a draw. Oh, they actually bought ChatGPT? Aha. Interesting. I did not know that. Okay. Fair enough. Huh. 10 bill. So, yeah. Okay, let's see what happens here. So we're waiting on a move from Prague. Oh, they bought 49%? Okay. King F3, Rook F7, King G3 should be good. I assume Prague, or not Prague, sorry, Noterbeck won. Obviously, there are many ways to win here. I mean, you can even just actually winning. I think this is just a clean way to win the game. I would actually probably just do this. Yeah, this looks like the easiest way. Just trade the queens, go Rook C6, and then check, trade A7. Actually, wait, no, check. Wait, sorry, no, there's a trick with C2. You have to be careful. Maybe not. Maybe this isn't so easy, actually. So probably you just check somewhere like check or check or check. I mean, this is obviously another pyramid of Giza. There's also Rook E... Wait, oh, sorry, Rook E6 loses to the Ice Skater with Rook D1. So pretty tough to play. Also, you guys, obviously, as you know, Amazon, speaking of companies in the stock market, Amazon owns Twitch. So if you do happen to have your Amazon Prime to get the Prime Video, you get the shipping, expedited, everything else, you pay about $100 a year. Since Amazon owns Twitch, you can connect your Amazon Prime to Twitch Prime and subscribe free to my channel for $0 a month. So you can take approximately $60 every single year out of that Amazon Prime subscription. Take it away from Amazon. Take it away from Jeff Bezos. Guy doesn't need money. He's all I read about is him gallivanting. He's like in Utah. He's like in New York City. He's in Miami, living the high life and all that other jazz. So take money away from Jeff Bezos and put it in the pocket of hardworking streamers like myself, rather than people who just waste money and time on all sorts of stupid stuff. So connect your Amazon Prime, Twitch Prime, subscribe free once every single month. It does not auto renew because, of course, as I said, Twitch and Amazon, they don't want you taking money away from them. So connect it, use that Prime every single month. Does not have to be on me, but just use it. Take that money away from Amazon. Thank you so much to BK Lutz for the Prime, Paul Janty with the Prime, Joey W with the Prime. Thank you so much, appreciate it. You said Utah, like, or no, sorry, was he in Utah? No, it was Colorado, right? Was it Vail? It was Vail or somewhere like that. I don't know, somewhere like that, whatever. Thank you so much to Intuitive Nuke for the prime. Feisty well to prime. So, all right, back to the chess. I've only looked at the A group today. You guys in chat can tell me, did anything good happen in B today or not? Yeah, he's speaking of the Netherlands. He's dismantling a bridge to get that big something yacht out of there. I mean, just disgraceful. Think about the Netherlands and Amsterdam and all these great places, like such history. It's like, no, we got to take down that bridge for capitalism, baby, capitalism. Thank you so much to Data Jack for the 7 months. Thank you so much to E-Box for Prime and Sanino for the Prime. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. So, okay. Thank you so much to Eurobeat for the tier 1 share of CS for the Prime. Appreciate it. Max Sudlin Blunder mate in 1. What? Okay. I guess it doesn't matter though, right? Because King D5 you lose, and King E3 you... Come on. And if you go King E3, there's Queen 1. By the way, you know what else I noticed? As it crashed, it disabled the sound on the board too. So it's not just a random thing. Like there's no sound on the board either. Like you hear me make the move, you hear no sound because there is no sound. So let me refresh and see if we can get the sound back. Okay, now the sound is back. Now the sound is back. Okay. All right. So that's how you know it's a site and it's not like my browser. So all right, back to the game. Okay, King F2 played knight d4, knight f4, rook h7 maybe. Watch Anish's interview. Do you guys have a link to it? Do you have a link to the timestamp so I can watch the interview? I'll watch the interview. You have it. Thank you to Joking Nasty for the Prime, Machine Gun Laffy for the Prime, and Ash for the Prime. Thank you so much. Is this the timestamp? Stop the music. Oh, it's actual interview. Okay,
Anish, congratulations. You have just beaten world champion Magnus Carlsen. Before we talk about the game,
does it sound good?
How are you feeling right?
Does it sound good, you guys, or not?
I gave £5 to Gotham and said a joke, but he took badly.
Does it sound good? Sounds good? Okay.
Naughty jokes.
Thank you so much for the $3. Okay, whatever. I'm not talking about Levy.
Right now after that win.
Yeah, no, it was clearly going to happen sooner or later because I am playing very badly against him lately, and every time he ups the level of risk.
It could go down by 10%?
And it was clear to me that, okay, I kept losing to him, but I thought, there might be light at the end of the tunnel because
okay, I'll turn it down a little.
He's back to taking enormous risks against me, just like back when I was a little baby boy.
Exactly.
And,
See,
yeah.
and this is what I said to you guys. So when you look at this interview, this is exactly what I said. Is that basically you could tell that Magnus's opening, it was like disrespect. It's like, okay, I'm just gonna beat this. I'm just gonna beat him. He's not a good player. I'm just gonna beat him. And that was the point. Magnus was showing absolute disrespect to Anish with this opening choice today.
Today I managed to play a good game.
Yesterday we talked about, what kind of game can we expect today. You said it depends on how combative we both are. When Magnus played this Queen's Indian with Bishop A6, what went through your mind?
Yeah, he was very combative. I have prepared this line. Actually, I prepared it for a must-draw situation. But it was for my second GM norm in 2009. So what happened in that game, I think my opponent played Bishop A6, I went Queen C2, and he played Bishop before 2008 actually, growing in 2008. And he played Bishop before check and he offered me a draw because he clinched the first place and I clinched my second GM norm. So I looked at this ED endgame back then. But, I realized that 2009, the engines were so bad and how could they assess this position? And I was thinking during the game, oh no, but apparently he didn't look at it either. He kind of bluffed there. I was hoping he would. That's why I played this Queen C2 thing. I know, he's a little bit on the bluffy side. So I was kind of thinking, okay, maybe he expects Queen A4 because it's a very drawish line. It's something I would normally do. But what about Queen F5? Let's see if he remembers that one. And then, yeah, he pulled this one out. I actually...
Yeah, so big shout out to Anish because he's being Anish is being very, very blunt and very honest with what he's saying. It is true. Magnus basically thought he would have a surprise factor by playing the Queen's Indian, and he was not expecting Anish to come out with the sharpest, most serious line from the get-go. And so it's definitely Anish is being spot on with what he's saying. Spot on.
I was wondering during the game about Bishop takes C3 instead of knight, the whole knight before operation. Because night before, I thought I was very happy with my position. I thought, his king is, his rook is stuck in the corner. and worst case I lose my d-pawn, but like it happened in the game, I lost my d-pawn and I'm winning. So I have bishop pair. I was much more concerned about bishop c3 bc, and then we discussed the same thing. He expected me to go f6, bishop d2, rook e8, and knight h4. That's also what I was, or f6, knight h4, rook e8, bishop d2. That's also what I was planning. And then I'm trying to keep his rook on h8 stuck, but there is potential for him.
Like
let's say if he trades
or
blood square bishops,
yeah,
comes
95
out,
or 98 to trade the
I have a
bishops.
very ugly dark square bishop, so I was kind of concerned about the long-term potential, and I was hoping that I've done nothing wrong in the opening, so it should still be good. But I was a bit concerned, and as the way the game went, I was happy, and I think he missed this very strong idea of before bishop d5. I was also not expecting that. I was kind of I was happy that I'm kind of safe in some bishop c8 type of moves, but then I suddenly noticed this before, and okay, I had to double triple check, but it looked good. Then actually later was a big moment when I messed everything up with this.
I gotta get my food. 1 second. All right, you guys. So let's keep going.
Bishop takes c5 move, because I'm completely winning in multiple ways, and then he should have taken on c3 and knight f5. I think it was still very far from easy.
Exactly. Yep.
I was very annoyed at that point, but he gave me the a pawn, and then it's easy.
It was a messy game indeed, some back and forth. When did you feel was the moment in the game when you knew it was in the bag and the position was winning?
When he resigned. I mean, he never knew. He was also making slightly weird faces. I thought maybe I blundered something again. I don't know. But no, I mean, I also, honestly, actually, I thought it was in the bag after
Bishop a5,
first time.
Probably after bishop b4.
After he allowed me bc, because I thought it was dead lost. And then I blundered knight e6. And then the second time I thought after a5, bishop a5, rook c8. I mean, I thought, okay, it's very convertible, even for me. But... still possible. Like I was almost blundered at one point. I thought he has no moves. I almost played king g2. And then there's 93 check cheapo. So there's like, but then when I saw that, I was like, that's that blunder that I should avoid. So that was good.
You're saying, you were double, triple checking. We saw you very focused at the board. We are all aware of the Magnus effect. Did you feel that extra pressure that you really did not want to let this one go?
Not so much. I was sort of just thinking that the odds of me messing this one up are higher than usual. That made me feel relieved, because I didn't put much pressure on myself. I thought like, okay, very likely I'll mess this one up somehow. I don't really see how, but maybe it will happen. I didn't feel the usual Magnus effect, because I felt like he was missing stuff, and he was making moves that I thought were weaker than the moves I expected, and that gave me confidence.
It was I lost my train of thought. It was not just a huge win against Magnus, but also given the tournament situation, you were both entered. Of course, it's early doors, but you were both in the joint lead. How important is this victory, and how highly does it rank in your biggest wins?
Yeah, these are two different questions. I think in terms of tournament standing, it's absolutely relevant at this point. But of course, it's good. But in terms of I think it's a sort of a historic moment. I've beaten him once, but everybody knows it was a little bit lame. He blundered something. And I was so small. It was a different person back then. So yeah, really. And it's always a kind of a weird story, because I always tell my story. So I beat him at 16, and I've never beaten him ever since. And that's always a weird. And I was thinking, I have to beat him at some point, right? We're not gonna wait till we're both 50 and play this
12 years
match
to the day, though.
TeamGMHikaru for playing, so I thought okay, so I'm really happy that I won, because now it was a fair and square.
Would you go as far as to say it's the biggest win of your career?
I mean, one off, definitely. I think one of them for sure. Because that one was kind of bigger in terms of impact, but again, he blundered. So, and here I felt it was a more of a full-fledged game from start to finish. And also I was in hindsight, I did brilliant choices in the opening, which was quite nuts to do. But I think just before the game, I made up my mind on how I'm going to approach the game, and it could have backfired, but it worked out well today. So that's fine.
What was that? How did you plan
to? It's a secret.
Tomorrow is a rest day. Will there be any small celebrations, or you remain focused on the tournament at hand?
No, there's no. I mean, it's not like you don't celebrate.
By the way, I love these questions because it's a 13-round tournament and this is the 4th round. It's like you're gonna go out and celebrate. It's such a huge thing. Like there's just there's just like I always lose my mind when I hear this stuff and they're like, are you gonna celebrate after a big win when you have 9 more rounds to go? It's just insane.
You're just very.
The tournament at hand.
No, there's no. I mean, it's not like you don't celebrate. You're just very glad.
Yeah, you're happy and you just move forward. Yeah.
Every day I play these players here. They're all so much, so well prepared. Even all of them, the youngsters and the oldsters, they're like all the opening specialists are here, and there's no time to rest. You have to brush up on your opening files. And I play Prague. I think after that, Prague's been. Showing great prep against me and in general, so I will really need to up my game and get ready.
That game against Prague will take place at the Ajax Stadium in Amsterdam. Do you enjoy those Tata Steel on Tour rounds?
I think it seems it's a very good thing in terms of publicity of the tournament, and overall, yeah, it's a beautiful.
It's a long interview, yeah, totally.
As a player, like I can say, I enjoy the fact that I have to get out of my routine. But it's the same for everyone. So, but I think overall, from the organizational perspective, it's been a great idea. I think actually Norway also does it, right? And I used to, at least. Yeah, Norway used to do it. I don't remember which tournament came up with it first, but whoever did it is a very creative concept to like mess with the player schedule to this extent is. No, but in general, yeah, of course, it's a very original concept and it's working out great. Like the amount of press and attention for this, and also we are not playing, in somebody's kitchen. We're playing the Ajax Stadium. It's beautiful.
Well, we look forward to seeing you there. Anish, congratulations one more time.
Yeah, I have to say, am I crazy, guys? Isn't Anish basically saying that he hates it because it messes up his routine? This is where I'm going to put the game back up, and I'm going to tell you guys a little bit of a story here as well. So this is going to be a fun story. So, all right, let me put the music back on, and we'll leave the game up. So, okay, so Anish is somebody who has like a very methodical sort of routine and everything else. And the story that I'm going to tell you about Anish is that, so I played in the Grand Chess Tour. I'm going to assume it's like 2016, whatever it is. And at any rate, the first tournament was held in Paris. Second tournament was held in Belgium, Leuven. I believe that's the order. Maybe it's the other way around. I don't know. But at any rate, the organization, they got a bus so that we could all take the bus from Paris to Leuven. And I remember we were on the bus, we're on the bus, we're going to Louvre, and it's all good. And basically what happens is sometime I want to say it's like 12:30, whatever, it's early afternoon. Like Anish asked, he's like, are we going to be stopping? So I think he asked if we were going to stop. Maybe I have it wrong slightly, but he asked me like, are we going to stop? Or like, can I go get a sandwich? Because like, it's 12:30, I got to eat lunch. So music is too loud, really? Music's too loud? What? No, I think music is fine. But at any rate, as I was saying with the story, though, the point is that Anish has these like set routines. He's got the set routine, and so we're on the bus going to Leuven, and he's like, I mean, are we gonna stop so I can like eat lunch? I mean, I got to get a sandwich. But of course, obviously, we just like it's like everyone's looking at him like he's like completely insane. But so for Anish, when they talk about playing in different playing in like the stadium or something like that, it ruins his routine. That's the problem. So it ruins his routine, and that's that. So that's why for Anish, he's trying to be nice, but he does not like it. He does not like it because he's got to eat his lunch at a specific time, breakfast at a specific time. You got to follow the routine. It's all about the routine. So thanks for Twilight Fade for the 10, MRC RKD for the 15, Steak Baby for the 2, Sandra Petrox for the Prime, Kiki with the Prime, and I'm Minted with the Prime. I'm gonna get my food and be back in a second. You missed the story? No, the music is fine, you guys. I can look at the bars. Music is totally fine. All right, you guys, so we are back. So yeah, so what are you guys saying? Something about routine being weird or something? No, there's nothing weird about that, you guys. But that's what I was saying. So like for Anish, he loves the routine. And so the fact that there's like no routine when you have to get on a bus at like 11:30 to be there early, it changes things. So yeah, you guys want to see my sushi? Here's my sushi. Here's the sushi. So yeah, I just got like 4 pieces of eel. It's all good. Bon appetit. Yeah, exactly. They even gave me like they even separated the eel sauce. It's quite nice. It was very very good. How much? I didn't look at how much it costs. Less than 5th place, that's for sure. Yeah, sharing is caring, of course, obviously. Very good. All right, so we're waiting for a move here. King F4 is a move. King F4 is a move. King E3 is a move. King E2. Problem with King E2 is that I feel like after Rook H7, you're probably losing this H pawn. If you lose the H pawn, it's going to be a draw. Last time I was in Japan was March of 2017, I believe. It's been a while. It has been a hot minute. Let's see what he does here. I assume King F4 is the best move. King E3 and E2, you feel like the king's getting a little bit too far away from the pawn. So we'll see. We'll see. Oh, actually, you're right. King F4 is a threefold. I guess you have to go to E3. You got to go to E3 here then. Enjoy your food. The food is great. I always love sushi. Sushi's always incredible. If it's good, obviously. Do I plan to play classical chess? Yes, I'll be playing Norway chess in May. So, all right. Like King B5 here, maybe Rook H7. Multiple ideas. My worth is $100 US. Who cares about finishing number 5? Yeah. Sushi is not always good, but if it's good, it's just good. Knight moves, that's what this game is all about. All about knight moves. Knight moves. Maybe knight to D4 is a good knight move here. Thank you, Tarky, for the knight. Jarbur as well for the 2. Thank you, Skurzat, for the prime. And King Funky for the prime as well. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, knight moves. I think all knight moves are good here. Knight D4, knight E5. Probably not knight B4, but one of these two should be good. I mean, knight D4 feels a touch better. Oh, come on, seriously.
Just subscribed.
Knight D4 looks like looks better to me just because it keeps the king boxed. There's no jump. The king can't go to B5 or B3. Whereas if you check, you're letting the king get closer to these 2 pawns. So from a general conceptual standpoint, knight D4 looks like the better move than knight E5, but they're both probably good. Chess.com these last few days, it's more like these last few weeks, chess has just been popping off everywhere. Yeah, chess has been popping off completely. So Rook G6 is a move, but not a good one. Because I just go, I mean, I can go Rook H7. I can also, I mean, even this is, I don't know if this is actually, I don't know if this is actually winning for black. Because these pawns are very quick here. So we'll see. Was I invited? Yes, I was invited, Tata still. Things are a wizard chem for the 8 months thing to March Marshmallow Crisp for the Prime. But we'll see. Okay, so we're still waiting for some moves. Like I said, you guys, I will, of course, be doing a speedrun a little bit later on. We'll be doing a speedrun later on. We will, of course, be playing the second title Tuesday. We will be playing Blitz. All sorts of different stuff. But I just want to leave it here until the game ends, because it is a big game. It is a big moment for the event. And, of course, why not? Do I have stocks in Tata Steel? No, I've never really been in steel. There's a brief period I invested in some Chinese steel companies where they really felt like pump and dumps, honestly. I was looking at it and get burned. But yeah, I'm not really in steel stuff. So, yeah. All right, 94 is a good move. So Ding is actually losing according to the computer, but still very, very far to go. Long way to go still. These are just Sifkis for 13 months. Why did I go to Vike? Here we go. I'll type the command out once again. Hikaru submitted a vacation request so he could play Tata Steel Vike, but the mods declined his request. He's taken a lot of vacation time lately, Iceland, Canada, India, Kazakhstan, and needs to focus on his job streaming. He will continue to accumulate 0.5 days of vacation per pay period that he can use for future vacations, such as Norway chess in May of 2023. There you guys go. Tata is boring, classical chess is boring. What do you want me to say? So yeah. Classical chess is boring. So that's just how it goes. What I think of Fabi's play, it's pretty good. Today's game, it's hard to judge because apparently there was an illegal draw offer. But in general, I think Fabi's playing pretty solid chess. He's right where he wants. He's like right in the middle where he should be. 5-hour games can be boring. Of course it's boring, you guys, especially when you end up with a draw. It's like if I go watch tennis and I watch Novak Djokovic and Rafa Nadal play a match, and it's like 5 hours of the Australian Open as an example, like somebody's gonna win. It's not like they're gonna after 5 hours be like, okay, you know what, we've had a good match, let's just call it a draw. You're not gonna have that happening. So it's all relative. So let's see. It's like watching soccer 3-hour match and a 0-0 tie. Yeah. No, I said Novak's Djokovic. That's what I said. It's a classic joke. My favorite tennis player, probably it's Rafa, since Roger retired. I obviously prefer Rafa to Novak, of course. Everybody does. Andy Murray got a great win last night. Yeah, he beat Berrettini, right? Berrettini had it. It was 30-40. I mean, it's 30-40. Murray hit a short drop. Was it a drop shot or just a volley? But he hit a short ball, and Berrettini had the whole court. He had it on match point, and he hit it into the net. So happens. These are to get good daddy for the 20 months. It was a drop shot, yeah, but he had it. It was 30-40 at was it 5-4? I think it was, or 6-5. That's it. So yeah. What I think of Lev's play? Lev's play is pretty good, you guys. I'm not commenting on any of that stuff. Sorry, that's just reality. Norway chess lineup. I don't know who's playing Norway chess. So yeah. Who will win? Win what? Win tennis? I don't know. So okay, let's see. Big moments here. Big moments here for Ding. Let's see. Because again, players are getting low on time, so we are finally gonna have some quick action. But yeah, it's such a slog watching classical chess. I mean, I'm gonna be bold. I think that if I have to pick somebody to win, I think my prediction is I think that I'm gonna make a bold prediction and go with Medvedev. I think Medvedev's gonna win the Australian Open. That's my guess. I don't think Rafa's gonna win. Like, I want Rafa to win, obviously, but he's been bad to start the season. I just don't see it happening. He might win, but I don't know. I just don't see it happening. I mean, someone says hold your Rude. Actually, I mean, Rude Boy could win, but I don't see Rude winning either. Apparently in the Fabiano game, you guys, against Richard Rapport, there was a draw offer before move number 30. I don't know what move number. There was a draw offer. Apparently Fabiano accepted, and they're told, no, you can't make a draw before move 30. You have to play. So they had to go back to the board and continue playing, which of course was very stupid because there had been a draw offer. The draw offer had been accepted, and then they're like, no, you have to keep playing. So that's why the final position looks a little bit weird. But basically what happened is that like the players wanted to make a draw, and they were told they couldn't make a draw. At least that's what I understood it as. That's why it was a draw versus Fabiano playing on. It's probably somewhere around here there was a draw offer. Fabiano was like, okay, let's draw. Good game. And they were told, no, you can't draw. And so they've come back, play, and it's already bad because somebody's offered a draw, somebody's accepted. So it's like, what do you do there? What do you do? I mean, you kind of can't be like, oh no, now I'm gonna play on. Like you can't really do that because that's just Bush League. Both sides can offer a draw, yeah. Both sides can offer a draw. Sorry for asking why you're not in Netherlands, because I'm streaming. Big bites, yeah. Things are a trusty visitor for the prime. They to Roger Dodger for the prime. Things are Roger Dodger. Favorite fish for sushi? I really like eel and salmon. I would say good salmon is just salmon when it's salmon you almost can't mess up. So just salmon nigiri like is just like the best thing ever. Salmon's just great. I love it. Okay. Okay, so let's see what we're gonna get here. There is knight f5, obviously. King d3 is also moved, so black is still pretty good. Question is, can Prague be consistent here and put this game away? Outside of cities in Japan, what's the best city for sushi that you've been to? I would probably say in the US, without a doubt, it has to be LA. I mean, maybe it could be New York too, but I mean, if you're just going to go and get sushi and you don't want to burn a hole in your wallet, then it's got to be LA. It has to be LA. I've had wild salmon, you guys. In case you don't realize, I usually go shopping at Costco. So, of course, I know what wild salmon is. I go buy wild salmon from Costco. Brain dead take, dude. Seriously. Only eat farm raised salmon. Come on, dude. Okay. Yeah, I would say LA or Seattle. Probably those are. Seattle's pretty good too. Seattle's pretty good. Like I remember I went to an all you can eat sushi place. I had like 50 pieces and it was like really, really good. Really good. So, all right. King e6 or king d7, only 2 moves. Let's see what happens. How much was my hoodie? I got my hoodie for free when I was part of a panel for an event that I did. Okay, so let's see what happens here. There's king d7 or king e6. Literally only 2 moves in the position here. I have had the rotisserie chicken from Costco. I generally like it, but I also like some of the other stuff they have there too in that section. Okay, so king d3, king f3. This is winning, but it's not trivial. Have I had Toro? I've had Toro, but Toro is very hit or miss because unless you go to a really high-end place, it's not going to really be all that much better. These are just crisp balance for the 9, but I have. Yeah, like the Costco rotisserie chicken is in that middle section between all like they've got like the sandwiches, like the nachos and like the quesadillas. So I mean I have gotten it a few times, but generally it's not my main it's not a go-to for me. So all right. Let's see, what are we waiting for? Ding has played King D7, probably King F3. Streams make me hungry, sorry you guys. But we are gonna play chess soon. I just want to I want to see what happens. Yeah, quesadilla. Yeah, quesadilla. Exactly. Everybody loves a good old quesadilla. Okay, let me get rid of my food. Give me 1 second.
No panic _42 just subscribed.
All right, what do we got? We got King F3 played here. Yeah. Do you go back for seconds at free samples at Costco, pretend like you haven't got one yet? Yes, you guys. I did that recently when I was at Costco. They had this really good like sausage, and basically I got it. It was amazing, and then like I just wandered over like an aisle or two, and then I went back and got like another one. So yes, I am one of those people who if I find something good at Costco, I will go and get like another piece. I mean, hey, it's out there and it's free. Like, why not? I mean, maybe that's incorrect to do, but I don't care. I mean, if it's really good, why not? I'm a robber, okay. I'm a robber, okay. All right. English should no panic for the 20th. They do XX potato for the tier 1. I see you in a different light now. I know I'm the worst person in the world. I'm the worst person in the world. Exactly. Okay, so anyway, yeah, so we've got this one game. Like, you know what else? Also, they had this like really good soup. It was like these little bits of soup. It was like I don't know if like it had ham or what it had in, but it was really really good. And I got one. It's like amazing. So I went back and got a second one. Like, yeah, I mean, come on. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, is there? Is there? I mean, is there really something wrong with that? Okay, I'm a robber. Good one. Okay, so anyway, back to the chess while we're at it until we actually play chess. Let's wait for this to end. The real question is, do you pretend the second one is your first one and hope the better isn't? Of course you do. That's why you wander over a few aisles and then you just slowly meander back. And more importantly, when I did the sausage, I came from the other side. So like the first time I was walking down like the big thoroughfare, like the big area, and it was to my left. So then like I made sure I just wandered up an aisle and I came back down the aisle from the other end. So like I'm taking it from a different angle. So it's, yeah, of course, like obviously. Yeah, you guys are acting like I'm doing something criminal. Like what's? I mean, I don't know. Is there something wrong with that? Everybody does it okay. So anyway, let's cover the chess for a little bit longer until we start playing some. There's Rook G5. There's like Rook G8, Rook F4 loses. So I mean, I don't know why Ding is taking forever. There's Rook G1 or Rook G8 or Rook G6. Thanks so much to M-Glass for 17, Nuclear Pudding for the Prime, Odoroth for tier 1, and Cool Play Zini. Thanks so much. We are at 69.99 subs, you guys. We're one sub away from 7,000. So big shout out to everybody. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream. Hope you're having a fantastic week so far. Why couldn't you buy? You know what was weird about it is when I got the sausage, I didn't actually see it on that aisle, so it must have been on another aisle if I wanted to get it. I didn't see it like on that aisle itself. EU gang here, what are you talking about? Oh, we're talking about America, where we have these big box stores with great food. It's not, you know, you don't go to some little family run store or something like that. Like, we're talking about the real world here. So yeah, I mean, hey, if I go to Tesco in the UK, do you think they're giving me free samples? No, of course they aren't. This is Europe. You think if I go to Carrefour, like in Spain or France, they're giving me free samples? No, of course not, because it's not America. Okay, so anyway, back to the chess. We got King F3 here. Maybe there's like there's like Rook G8, Rook G6, Rook G1. 3 moves literally. Thank you so much to M Glass for the gift of sub. Appreciate it.
Just subscribed.
Waiting on a move here. Let's see. Both players are finally low, so now we can just sit here and enjoy the last 10 minutes. But this is why, thank you to Builds It Up for the gift of sub. This is why like classical chess is dying. Because you have these games where basically it feels like they're big spurts where a lot happens, but then there's these long periods where you're just sitting around just doing absolutely nothing. It's kind of like never mind. I was gonna go a different angle with that, but it's just one of those things where you're waiting for all the action and there's no action. Like there's no action, so why is it fun? No more extra time being added here. No more extra time. So anyway, yeah, let's leave it at that. No, I'm leaving it at that, you guys. Okay, but this is the problem. So it's like it really is. It's like 5 hours of sitting around and waiting. We're sitting around and waiting, and then here in the last 10 minutes, we're gonna get like 15-20 moves, and it's gonna be an exciting finish. It's just not what chess should be. So yeah. Thank you so much to Amber for the Prime. Thank you so much to Amber. Appreciate it. Yeah. Okay, let's wait for the finish. That's it. I like going to Costco when they don't have samples out. That kind of is unfortunate, but every time I've gone here in Florida, they always have samples out. Always. But yeah, I mean, classical chess, I mean, I'm not saying it's like it's dead. It's still relevant for the absolute top tournaments, like for the World Championship and otherwise. But just in general, I feel like chess is moving further and further away from that, and we're focusing more and more on the actual viewer experience. And if that keeps moving, excuse me, if we keep moving in that direction, sooner or later, classical chess will die. It will die. Especially because, like, in this tournament, you look at the results there, what? Again, we're in the exact same spot. We're going to have 2 decisive games and 5 draws. Like, every day, it seems like we have 5 or 6 draws. So we're somewhere around, like, 77, 78% draw rate. Like, the draw rate is extremely high. And I will also say that I've recently just been, like, watching shows like Breakpoint and some other stuff just to... Because people always talk about Drive to Survive and, you know, things of that nature. And that's, like, what the chess model should be if you're trying to make it more hype for fans. But, like, when I watch these shows, like... This is the problem, is like you watch a show like Breakpoint and it's very exciting, but people win and people lose. You don't go to a tournament for 2 weeks and have like 5 days of all draws and then like a handful of games or a handful of matches just deciding everything. You can't nix the ability to draw unless you change the fundamental rules of chess. There's no way to prevent draws. No way. So let's see. Is FIDE's relevance linked to classical chess? Absolutely it is, because for FIDE, all they have really is classical chess. In terms of like Blitz and Rapid, there's so many tournaments online, which chess.com is dominating, and FIDE has, you know, a prayer in hell of ever competing with their own site, whatever that is. So yeah, they have no chance of competing, so they're basically crushed there. Like, even Rapid and Blitz itself, most of the top Rapid and Blitz tournaments, other than the World and Rapid Blitz Championship, it's run by, like, private individuals, like the Grand Chess Tour and otherwise. So, yeah. It is what it is. Thank you so much to Camathon for the Prime, Talish Gamer for the Prime. Thank you so much to Subliner for the 4 months. Appreciate it. Fisher Random was the best turn. Fisher Random was actually what? It was like a fast rapid. It was a fast rapid. So it makes sense why that was like the most exciting event, for sure. Popeyes or Bojangles? They're both good. I haven't had Bojangles much lately. I mean, I haven't had Popeyes either, but I've had Popeyes much more recently than I've had Bojangles. So I would probably go with Popeyes objectively, but yeah. Nihal is 32.44 and Blitz now. It's insane. Okay. Magnus was 32.80. It doesn't only make me go about my day any differently. So okay, so King C7 only moved. King C6 you get forked by 97. King E6. King E6 also actually moved too here. After King E6, what is the move? I don't know if it's Rook C5 or 93. It could just be 93 here. Now you have Rook D2 to win the pawn. So this looks difficult to play. Difficult to play. You know, Abe Smith with 100 bits. So yeah, again, obviously very, very slow, very boring, but I will leave it here because this game will end in the next 10 minutes. So, all right. When I'm coming to India, I don't know. Not sure. I think there's a Kura Diusu for the Prime. I think there's a Kura Diusu. All right. So if Prague wins this game, what happens if Prague wins? Let me look at the results. Wait. So if Prague wins this game, he will be on 2.5. Ding, this would be a huge blow if he loses because he is doing very well. He's 2 points. So he'd be even if he loses this game. So big game. Thanks so much to Mr. E for the 100 bits. Appreciate it. Also, it'd be a huge win for Pragnant if he wins this game. Huge win. What is my favorite over the board tournament? It used to be Isle of Man, the tournament they held there in September. I would say in modern times, my favorite over the board tournament, considering I haven't played much, is I don't know. Actually, I was gonna say like London Chess Classic. I really used to love that, but it doesn't exist anymore. So I don't have a favorite. Gibraltar, I also loved it. Doesn't exist anymore. So yeah, a lot of the tournaments that I love, they just don't exist. Simple realities. Norway chess is actually pretty good, but I haven't been to Norway chess since like 2015. I haven't been there in ages, you guys. Whoa! Thank you so much to Just a Minx. Or sorry, thank you so much to just Maniki for the 10 gifted. Thank you so much, just a Maniki for the 10 gifted. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted. Okay, I misread that. Oops. Just Maniki, yeah. Just me. Oh, sorry. It's just me, Nikki. Okay, thanks so much to Nikki for the 10 gifted. I can't read. I'm sorry, you guys. I lost all my abilities to read once I started streaming. What can I say? Yeah. Who is the Joe Burrow of chess? The Joe Burrow of chess is Joe Burrow. He's a very serious chess player. Plays a lot online. I saw that Joey Votto, the baseball player, also apparently plays chess a lot. So yeah, chess, they all play chess. It's all good. How did Magnus lose so badly? He bluffed. Anish put it perfectly. Magnus bluffed. He tried to bluff, make it work, and it did not work out because Anish was ready for the bluff. He called Magnus's bluff. He raised him all in, and he knocked him out. That's all that needs to be said. Quite simple. So knight g1, king e4, rook h6. I assume rook d6. This should just be winning or not. Like, this is still very tricky to play. But, you know, at the end of the day, Pragnananta is all of, what, like 16 years old? So he should have endless energy here. Should finish. There's also, I guess, there's also knight f5 to guard the pawn and then rook d6. So this actually looks pretty straightforward. Fun fact on HP Magus 2011. I covered that in my recap of the game for YouTube. It was exactly 12 years today. History has a sense of irony or sense of whatever. So, yeah. Eager Nepo for the Worlds. Based on what I'm seeing so far in Tata, I would probably go with Nepo right now. It feels like Nepo is just a little bit more together. That's what I would say. History repeats itself. Okay. So I don't know. History is a sense of whatever. Isn't that in the actually speaking of the Matrix, doesn't Morpheus say something? History is nothing if not like ironic or poetic, or isn't there a Morpheus scene when like the lightning comes down and they're in the simulation early in the Matrix? There's some Morpheus quote, but I don't remember what it is. So I don't know. Someone in chat can tell me. But all right. Throughout human history, we've been dependent on machines to survive. Oh, it's fate. Fate, it seems, is not without a sense of irony. It's fate, not history. Okay. Fair enough. Anyway, okay, back to the game. So we'll get King E4, I assume, here. Or King F2, King E1, also playable. But King E4 feels better to keep everything close together here. If you moved again, where do you think you would move? I would move back to LA. Without a doubt. So I assume King E4 will be played. King F2 just feels a little bit too loosey-goosey. Somehow everything's a little bit too loosey-goosey, but this also probably is good too. So I assume we'll get King E4 though. Would I ever move to Denver? No, Denver's too expensive now. Okay, King E4 played as usual. Do I miss LA? Yes, I miss LA a lot actually. Would I ever move to Japan? Zero chance. No. I would never move to Japan. Sorry. Okay, Rook D2 and Rook D4 both very good moves here. Which one will Prague find? If times are correct here, both players are very low. Both players are low on time. So again, like I said, it's 5 hours of foreplay and just waiting, and then maybe finally we'll get some action here. Like finally, we've been waiting all day. Like Rook D2, Rook D4. What else is there? Yeah. Okay. Probably Rook D4 is the move. Do I miss the days of PogChamps hanging out with big streamers? Not really, you guys. These lately, at least last month or two, I'm averaging like 20k, so I am one of those big streamers these days. So all right, let's see. What Rook D4 also looks good, because after Rook H6 you can go like King D3, guard everything. Again, classic kebab as always. The rook is going to impale the meat on A4, so I think this is pretty good. Rook D4 actually looks pretty obvious to me, because it guards, hits the pawn, King D3, and that's straightforward. No, I mean, a lot of the streamers I did stuff with, like, it's weird because Rook D4 is played, so Prague understands the classic kebab technique. Looks good. Looks good. I think that this is over, by the way. I think that Ding is going to lose the game, because the rook cuts the king off. King can't get close. It guards the pawn. It impales the meat on A4. And so this rook is just amazing here. I think this is actually just over. I think this is just winning. I think it's just actually GG. So we will get back to the speed run and everything else pretty soon. Pretty soon. Not quite yet, but soon. This should be over. Am I a fan of Prague? I mean, I like his chess. I mean, I would say out of all the Indians, he's probably the one that I know the least about. He seems like the quietest, which probably is a good thing. But he's the least hyped, I feel like. I know he got a bunch of press after he beat Magnus in that game, but in general, he seems like the least hyped. Like, everybody talks about, like, Arjun, of course. Everybody talks about Gukesh. Everybody talks a lot about Nihal, the Blitz god. So, I mean, everybody talks about them much more than Prague. So I don't know as much about Prague. But I feel like he's also been kind of stuck in a rut, so it would be nice to see him start doing well. Okay, B3. Okay, I think you just run the king. Again, the classic kebab is just so good here. Yeah, I think King D3 is actually quite easy. What does to stop black from just running and eating the pawns? Prague is hyped by me. He was for a period, but not lately. For a brief period, he was. But that's kind of thing. He was for a period, but like, and that was it. Now it's all about Gukesh, Arjun, and of course Nihal. David Hasselhoff is the top G of your childhood. Are you gonna make me put the song on? Let me see. Do I have it on my playlist? Okay, here we go. You guys want this? Fine, here we go. Let me find the song. It's got to be on Spotify, right? It has to be on. There we go. Let's put one of these songs on. Just for you guys. Why isn't Ding resigning here? Because the game is going on. Here we go. Good music, right? Probably King D3 again wins. Rook B3 might win, but that allows Rook F4, Rook H4. This is much better music right now, right? This is what he's saying, right? When we were all there in 1980, what was it, 1989? Right before the wall came down, right? This is what he's saying at the wall, right? Okay. A King D3, probably King C2. This should be over. Yeah, it was 1989. He was saying that at the Berlin Wall in Germany right before they tore it down. Yeah. Sure, we were there. Definitely not born in 2000. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, finally, this is going to end. Big shout out to Prague. He just basically grinds Ding down in an endgame. Now, I don't know if Ding just kind of lost the thread, overestimated. I didn't look at this game very closely, so let me take a brief perusal, because somewhere around here I saw this position. I thought, actually, why did Ding take with a knight? Very peculiar to not take, and very peculiar that he didn't take with a pawn if we go back here. Very peculiar, by the way, just looking at this. Very peculiar. I mean, because this looks better because you keep all your pawns combined, but he does this, and I guess he missed d5, and after d5 he just gets slowly ground down on this endgame. I think Ding kind of I think just underestimated Prague. Wait, what? Oh, after King d3, Ding resigns. Ding does resign. So Ding loses the game. So Prague wins. He gets a 2.5 here. Ding stays on 2 points. Very, very tough result. Tough result. So yeah, it looks like basically Ding maybe is too optimistic or whatever. But Prague did outplay him in that late middle game. So big shout out to Prague. Really, really well done. So, all right, we are going to move on then. So let's let me get the speedrun set up so I can do it correctly. Okay, the 5 time. All right. Freedom. Okay, let's get the speedrun set up. Give me 1 second, you guys. Let me start the timer as well. Freedom. Let me check. Give me 1 second. What's the timer? 16:40:21. Okay, 1 second, you guys. Let me just set this up. There we go. All right, 1 second, you guys. Let me open the score sheet. There we go. 1 second. Be good. Okay, there we go. We should be good to go. Let me put the sunglasses on and off we go. All right, you guys, let's get going. Okay. Okay, let's... Wait, what? What the heck? Wait, why are the colors reversed? Wait, I'm black. Why am I OB? Wait, what the heck just happened? Why are the names wrong? What the heck? Wait, what? Am I black or am I white? What the heck is going on here? Wait, what the heck? Reload the page. Okay, I'll reload it. Okay, now it's correct. I was like, what the heck is going on here? Jeez. I was like, oh, that's yeesh. Sheesh. A bit much. I was just like, it's just like, excuse me? Like, why am I playing with white or black or whatever? Like, jeez. So here. Dude is way too serious about chess, by the way. It's like just a very classical position here with nothing going on. This is the first game today. Yes, you guys, it is. Chess.com is a different level, yeah. Arena Kings is on Wednesday, you guys. It's not on Tuesdays. Yeah, I'll just go here. This is not the right move, but I'll do it anyway. I should have just played Queen C8 right away. What am I doing? This guy's some FM, trying to show off a big rating. 500,000 people played on chess.com today. Sheesh, that's a loss. That's a lot. Jeez. 500,000 people? That's obscene, you guys. Obscene. Let's take. Go here, hit the bishop. That's crazy. That's just insane. I feel like I'm okay here. I'll just take and take, I guess. I have nothing better, so let's just trade. All right. So I guess I'll play h5 here. Maybe not the best move, but it should create complications for my opponent, at the very least. If I've gone through my 5 different drinks, I've gone through like 3.5. Yeah, I've gone through a lot, but not all of it. Okay, this guy's playing pretty well. Let's go here. This dude is way too slow. This guy never played chess before? Like, what is this, dude? Rook a7? Obviously check. Yeah, let's just check and take, I guess. Why are there ice skaters? Because that is the proper terminology for what we used to call the back rank checkmate. One of the greatest authorities on chess, Felix Longshell, also known as XQC, came up with the phrase, and it's been called that ever since. Thank you so much, Dead Guard, for the Prime. Thank you, Deldmith, for the Prime. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. That's just a reality. Sorry. Go check. H4, of course. Hit the knight. Shoot, he found it. That's actually very upsetting. That's actually really upsetting. Shoot. I go here, Queen E3 maybe? This is a draw if he plays it correctly. Okay, I guess I'll just flag him. Why not? Go here. Just gonna flag him. He was too slow in the opening. He deserves to be punished for being too slow. What is this music, by the way? Deutsch? I'll change it. It's like Jailhouse Rock, but in Deutsch. Yep, there we go. Okay, Right, let me change the music, sorry. This isn't quite my music. Oh, that's disrespect. Ah, same guy. Same guy, but he's so angry about getting flagged that he aborts it. What a loser. Let's keep going. It's his own fault. He used too much time, which is why I lost the game on time, and he's now angry about it. He's angry. It's his own fault that he moved too slowly. That's his own fault, dude. That's why chess is such a tough game. You can't blame anybody else but yourself. Okay, let's keep going. Where's the next game? Next time, don't lose, of course, obviously. Way too serious, dude. Yeah, he's so serious. He's like trying to play a perfect game of chess, not realizing it's Blitz chess. I have never been to Morocco. No, I've never been there. It's not true. I blame others all the time. True. I agree with that sentiment. Okay, where's the next game? We're only 27.89. We gotta go.